Top of the morning to you. It is Saturday, one day before Easter, what we call Resurrection Sunday in the church. And outside of the church, we call it Easter. Yeah, this is one of the best holidays. Children love this holidays. The Easter baskets, all the candy. Tell you, I don't think children love holidays wise. I think it's three. And I would say it's Christmas, Easter, and, well, I say Valentine's Day too. Yeah, because they get to do a little card switching at school. So Easter, Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, and Christmas. Yeah, not to include their birthday. It's not a holiday, but their birthday. Yeah. So we thank God for this day, for this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're always rejoicing. I tell you, I'm watching the news this morning, I said, oh, E. coli in the water? Yeah. E. coli is in the water. That's what they said. Wow, I can't say anything about it. I wanted to, I try to keep I tell you, I've been going through some stuff in my mind, right? And Lord, I don't know what's got to tell you. Yesterday I was in a battlefield. I was in a war zone. And I couldn't see what I was fighting. I tell you, I can tell you what I thought I was fighting, but I was in a war zone. I was in a war zone. And so I woke up this morning, and Lord, you're great. I started thinking about my children. I said, wow, Lord is fighting this battle. I said, Lord, but you have to bring us to an end of this battle because, I thought about the kids when we were growing up, and I was watching this commercial, and I saw these little kids, they doing Girl Scout and cheerleading and Cub Scout and Boy Scout. And that's the way we grew up. My grandmother had us in the Brownies, had us in the Girl Scout, and here I am teaching my children to war. And I kind of looked and asked myself, what is the benefit of teaching them to be warriors? Because, probably 1 out of every 10 grew up to be just like you, right? Yeah, a warrior. And I said, I don't know which one mine is going to be. I tell you, I have some warriors, but I want them to live their life. I told the Lord the other day, I said, I don't pray this upon my children. I really don't. I don't pray it. I want to be like a David. I want to make it easier for my children. I want it to be so easy to where they don't even have to face. We think a lot of times, and this is the Lord placed in my heart, we really, and I know I taught this before too, so, and I told y'all, as you grow, your teaching change because your experiences change. And even though they change, it's not to say what you taught in the past was not right. You taught it at that level, right? So it's not to say it was incorrect. You just taught it at your level of understanding. Yeah. And so I sat here and I know before I had talked dealing with the children, or dealing with people, period, that you have to struggle. You have to go through in order to be strong. I don't know. I'm trying to find the logistic of it all is that we feel like in order to be considered a strong woman, that you had to have gone through a lot of violence, a lot of struggles. And I remember saying, you don't have any testimonies unless you've had some experiences, right? Well, the Lord taught me that is true, but it's based on the environment. Yeah, come on. Because some kids are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Yeah, and they really don't have much that they have to go through. We can't speak sickness upon people just because they're not in poverty, And the Lord showed me that there are some folks that hadn't been sick, and there are some folks that hadn't been, as you said, homeless. I look at my grandmother, and I remember I taught y'all, there's no such thing as wealthy. Really, it's not. It's not a such thing as wealthy. It depends on what you call wealth. Your contentment is your wealth. Because even the richest man sometimes is not contented, and he's always struggling and fighting himself to become more. He really don't know when to stop and relax and enjoy his riches. You have people that have been working for years and never come into contentment with what they have and what they have achieved. And so the Lord showed me true success is basically wealth. When you are successful, you're contented and you're happy with yourself, regardless of what level you're on. You remember the message I taught you all, I think it was about 2-3 years ago, that these prosperity preachers would always tell you it's not the Lord's will for you to be, in that situation. Not the Lord's will for you to be broke. And I said, what do they mean broke? I could never understand prosperity teachers, those teachers that actually preach money and wealth and fame and fortune. I couldn't get that, because my teaching always teach Jesus, teach the Holy Spirit. But a lot of times, they pick up what others folks teach when they are trying to teach encouragement. When you're in the slump and you want to come up, someone taught them encouragement, and they looked in the situation and say, God can give you that. And the people began to get happy, because that's where their hope was. It was in stuff. We were using the name of the Lord to preach one of the greatest idol ever, and that's wealth. And that's money, fame, and fortune. And we always do that, but the Lord has showed me that wealth has nothing to do with your success. Your success is based on your emotions. Where are your feelings? Are you happy? Are you pleased with yourself? Not about others. And see, that's one of the reasons God takes his saints through, so we can become contented, be happy, be productive within yourself, right? So when I think about being rich,